That's throttles when you get to 35 gigs, 12 gigs of high-speed hotspot that would be pulled from that allotment. Look at it as one bucket, and they can't do any bolt-ons, no Blue Shield, no international calling, and you can't restart the plane on that either. Now, when this first rolled out, I was like, oh, if I was a dealer, a $0 handset, that seems great. You know, the more I've thought about it and talked to dealers about it, no. You want to push the mobile broadband plan 100% of the time, and here's why. Your stores are specialty stores, right? So if they go to Boost, they're looking specifically for Boost. You are not a Walmart. You are not a Costco or a Sam's Club where you have, 500 different brands in your store, right? So if a customer comes into your store, they're looking for a handset. They're looking for a phone. You want to maximize that profit, and it's more profitable for you guys to sell the phone. More profitable for you guys to sell an add-a-line. Now, when all that's said and done, then you can move to the mobile broadband option, and I'll give you some best practices on why this absolutely crushes. But it's totally clicked with me. You want to sell these mobile broadbands all day. They're no longer on allocation, so you can get as many of these as you want from DCI this week. It's open up to everybody as well. So before, the branded dealers had a little bit of a head start. It was only for branded stores, but now it's open for everybody. Multi-carrier branded. Everyone can get these hotspots. And newsflash, all of our competitors have those as well. So Cricket, Metro, everybody's got this. And we're all kind of at the same starting line. So you need to be able to sprint out the gates the fastest, which is why we're having this call today. So you truly become an expert on this program. All right, so let's go to the best practice number one. Any customer walking in your store to make a bill payment. And we do see the dealer will tell you how many customers have come into your store to pay their bill. Every customer that comes into your store to make a payment, you should be offering the EBB Hotspot option to them. And here's my pitch. Customer comes in, hey, you're here for our promos. Oh, no, I just need to pay my bill. Oh, that's great. We got great promotions for our bill payment customers as well. Do you by chance qualify for any government assistance programs like help with any food, clothing, or shelter? They'll say yes or no. The reason I ask, if you do, there's a great chance I can get you a hotspot with 35 gigs of high-speed data for free for 6 months to a year. You just have a one-time $25 payment for the physical hotspot device. Which, guess what? You have a rebate, so you get that money back. So it'll be totally free in the long run. You pay $25 today, but you get that extra 35 gigs of data every single day. So if you got kids that use tablets or kids that are doing anything for school or they need to get extra internet, you can use this hotspot. Right? Very, very, very easy. One other thing that I would mention on here as well is if a customer would object, say, no, I'm good, I don't need that. Just to clarify, I want to make sure this is a government-funded program. And I'm saying this because I saw this in stores last week. Customer said, no, I don't want it. Then we clarify, hey, just so you're sure, this is a free government-funded program where you get 35 gigs of hotspot every month for 6 months. So your phone right now, because they're paying their bill, right? Your phone right now gets 35 gigs of high-speed data. You could turn this hotspot on and take that from 35 gigs to 70 gigs. Again, it's a one-time payment. You get a mail rebate back. It's only $25. It's free for at least 6 months. You don't pay anything, and you're getting double the amount of data. If you give that pitch, you are going to get 80 to 90% yeses, I promise you. And even, again, when customers give that pushback, use that wording. This is a government-funded program like SNAP. Doesn't cost you anything extra on your monthly bill. Because what I've seen so far is reps pitch it. I'll be in a store. I'll talk to them about it. Customer comes in. Would you like to apply for our government EBB program? You get 35 gigs of hotspot. It's only $25. The customer's like, no. And so then I stepped in. Wait. Just so you're sure, just so you're sure how this program works, this is government funded. It's a one-time $25 fee, and you get 35 extra gigabytes of data on a hotspot for 6 months. So your service is free every single month. You got to create that enthusiasm. You got to create that passion at point of sale. If you sound like a robot and you pitch this like someone who's getting to the screen and says, you want to pay $7 for insurance, you're going to get a no. So it's up to your pitch. You need to get comfortable, and you need to crush this. I promise you it's so easy. Every door I've been at where they haven't had a sale, I'll be like, watch how easy this is. I open the door. I pop my head out to customers in the parking lot. Hey, would anybody be interested in 6 months of free internet? You get 35 gigs on a hotspot. It's just a one-time $25 fee for the device. You own it, you keep it, but your 35 gigs of hotspot's free for 6 months. Boom, customers walk in. So how aggressive do you want to be? If you want to be aggressive, you want to be the beast of your neighborhood, you will dominate this. If you want to be passive and sit back, I'm uncomfortable, I'm new, I'm not used to it, well, you're not going to get much results out of it. So do one, take your time to learn it. It's going to be a learning curve, right? It's new for us too. We're still learning every single week. So do one, go through the whole process, get yourself comfortable. It's like riding a bike. The first time you're a little bit wobbly, maybe you needed training wheels. Second time, training wheels are off. Third time, now you're flying, right? So just get comfortable with it. Your bill payment scenario is the lowest hanging fruit where you can drive so many of these sales. All right, let's just go into scenario 2, which I kind of touched on in my pitch for scenario 1. Customers who complain about data speeds. Now, we know when Dish took over from Sprint, we heard it from all our dealers. Man, these customers are so mad. We used to have unlimited data. Now it's throttling at 35 gigs. So any customers who complain about their data speed slowing down, or maybe they come in, my data's out for the month. Now I need to reset my billing cycle so I can start my data over. Well, you still have 7 days left in your term. Well, reset it so I get my full 35 gigs or whatever. Not needed anymore. Now you can offer that hotspot to every customer who complains about running out of data or asks to purchase extra data during the month. Why sell them 1 gig or 2 gig? 1 gig is what, $5? 2 gigs is $10. You sell them a one-time $25 hotspot, they have 35 gigs for a minimum 6 months. And when I say 6 months to a year, why do I keep saying those words? Is this program says it's approved for 6 months after the government declares the COVID crisis is over. Now, we have a Democratic president, so these programs will probably get extended, but the minimum is 6 months, right? So 6 months to a year. My guess is going to be a year, but minimum 6 months. Still a heck of a deal for your customers. So no need to reset the billing cycle early to leverage this tactic. So any customer data concerns, I can check and see if you qualify for our new EBB program, where you can get 35 gigs of data from a hotspot for free for 6 months to a year. This way you can turn it on and use the hotspot first to double your phone's data from 35 gigs to 70 gigs. Because your data will pull up that hotspot, and then once that's all used up, you can switch it to your phone, right? So any customer complaining about data, slam dunk, EBBP all day, every day. Scenario 3, don't let any customers walk out without a phone or a hotspot. Now, in this scenario, you've pitched your boost phone, right? Because as I said in the beginning, we want sales first. We don't want to pitch the phone offer before we've used all of our means and methods to get our new phones or our add-a-lines. So we've pitched our new phone. We pitched the hotspot. They still said no. You pitched add-a-line to the customer. No, I don't need a hotspot or an add-a-line. This is where I pivot to, okay, yeah, I understand you didn't really want to pay for an add-a-line, you didn't really need a hotspot. But what if I told you I can give you a device with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus a 12 gig hotspot with no payments or wireless usage for 6 months to a year? So a lot of people don't have home phones anymore. Since this is a fully funded government program, you can just use it as a backup phone or a home phone or something for your kids in case of emergency. All you have to do is pay for the device itself and the setup fee, but that service is covered for 6 months. So if you look at, know your low-end devices with the prices, so it would be your new customer pricing, your upgrade pricing. So like a Moto E, $69.99. The Weco Ride 3, probably gonna have a pretty great price on it. Maybe a great phone for you guys to sell, where they can get it, pay for the device on new customer pricing, because with the phone option, they pay what a new customer would pay. If it was a port-in, they would qualify for port-in options. But why is that not reasonable to me? If it's a port-in, I'm selling them a new line with the port-in pricing, because I'm not leading with my free phone. This is to overcome any objections I get. When I pitched my phone, I pitched my add-a-line, I pitched my hotspot, and they still say no. That's when I pivot to this new line of service. You pay for the device and setup fee, 6 months of phone service for free. I know you don't need a extra line for yourself, but you can use it as a home phone or backup, or if anything happens, you got a device you can use, right? So very easy. No customer is going to come in and walk out of my door without one of these sales, provided they are qualified. Now, scenario 4, this is huge. Major key alert: leverage your Smile and Dial opportunities. So yes, they just added in Smile and Dial the 4th box for SDDN opportunities, which we want you to take full advantage of that, switching customers from the old Sprint network to the T-Mobile network. But so keep in mind that ends, that old Sprint network ends January 1st. So that's a huge priority. But you can add to those calls. Also, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, if you need extra data, do you by chance qualify for additional funding for food, clothing, and shelter? The reason I ask is we have a great brand new program out that I can get you a 35 gigabyte hotspot that's absolutely free for 6 months. So you pay nothing for the service. It's just a one-time $25 fee that can double your data. Or you could use it to help with a tablet for any other device you may have in your house, or if you travel around. So if you guys are using this tip for Smile and Dial, you will greatly increase the results. People aren't thinking about this yet. They're following what the boxes say to do. It doesn't matter what box you call. It could be a customer you activated last month. We didn't have this last month. So customers in month 2, you can offer the EBB Hotspot program. Another way, if you're a sales rep and maybe you feel a little bit uncomfortable asking, do you qualify for government assistance for food, clothing, or shelter? Me, I'm trying to maximize the money. I'm fine asking that. But if you're not, I understand. You can change that wording to, were you financially impacted due to the COVID crisis in the last year? If they were, you can see if they are eligible for this program. So you can change your wording and kind of, where you're not asking directly if they get benefits. You're doing it more in a roundabout way that sounds a little bit better to the customer's ear. By were you financially impacted by the COVID crisis in 2020? If so, you may qualify for this EBB program. I actually really like how that sounds when you're pitching it to a customer. Either way works, but this way you guys can really get the most out of everyone coming in your doors, whether it's a payment customer, whether it's a new and an upgrade, a customer complaining about data, or customer making Smile and Dial. These are all huge opportunities for you. Now, lastly, owning your mile. It's getting warmer out. Everyone's getting vaccinated. I know, I'm in the Midwest market in Illinois. Wrigley Field was fully open this past week. Start having outside events. This photo I took here, this was from a market I was in on Friday. And it wasn't even a cell phone store. It was an urban beauty store. And I saw free phone, free service. What is that? So I pulled over. I went up and I asked them. They're like, hey, yeah, we got a free phone plan or a free tablet plan. Which one do you want? And now I would definitely go the hotspot, the tablet route or whatever. But everyone's got it and people are getting aggressive. So the reason I have this picture up here is to show you this was a beauty supply house that was pitching EBB. Essentially, that's what they're pitching. I asked them, it was the T-Mobile version of it. So it was like 15 gigs. It was a little different than ours, but it was the service of the phone would be free or the hotspot would be free. Just buy the tablet or you buy the phone. That's what they were pitching. If you guys want some vinyl graphics, work with your DCI account manager, or maybe we create something that says EBP 35 gig hotspot for free. I'm betting Edgar can help out with that if you guys want to host some outside events. But you see people getting out there doing it, and there was a line of people out here. So when I pulled up, there was 2 or 3 people waiting, signing up for it. And people are getting more aggressive, getting outside their doors. So own your mile. There are a lot of booth stores out there, and now that Cricket and Metro has it as well as apparently beauty supply companies. Everyone has this. How aggressive will you be? I put on here, develop the Wolf of Wall Street mentality. Not for going to do anything illegal, but you are aggressive. You are the wolf of your market. You want to get out there and be that alpha that is going to capture all the traffic. Be that huge hustler. Don't be a clerk just sitting and collecting a check. Be aggressive. Be a hustler. Get your traffic. If you're one person at a door, you got the flyers from DCI, stand by your door. Open it up when customers walk by. Give it to them. Talk about the offer. Bring that traffic in. So get outside your 4 walls. This is something that we've done huge in the past. We didn't last year because of COVID, but things are opening back up. So we got to get back to being more comfortable in our markets, getting outside and closing as much traffic as possible. The very last thing I want to talk about is the fastest way to complete your activation process. So there's been a lot of stuff going around on this, and here's what we found in the Midwest market that works the best. And I know it's a little confusing because it seems like every week people have different ways of doing this. But this is tried and true. I've seen it done indoors and definitely works. So one, go to www.checklifeline.org/lifeline. This is the NATVER, National Verification System. If you don't have this link saved in your desktop computer, save this on your desktop computer. You don't have to do this on a tablet. You can do this anywhere you want. I would save this on my desktop computer. So you want to go to that site first and run the National Verification Program. Once that's done, and you want to use the last for the social, not the ID. If you do both, the ID will override the social. Don't do that. Just use the last for the social. It's the quickest way to get your approval. Then you want to run the Quest app after national verification is completed. Now, what I saw on Friday in stores is the NatVer said customers approved. We went to the Quest app. Quest app said pending. The advice we got is to force shut down the Quest app and reopen it, and you should see approved. Okay. Now, once you've done your NAT verification system and you've ran it in Quest app's going to give you that specific code that you can then go to the sales portal and activate your phone. When you get to the plan selection where it says apply promo code, you put that code in, and once it's in, your $0 plans will pop up. Without that, you won't see them. Now, major key is once you're done with your activation of the sales portal, go back to that Quest app and enter your customer's information, because that is how you get paid. All right. So 4 easy steps. Make yourself an EBB Pro. Now, I think I saw a question come in. What questions do we have? Let's see if I can open the chat box here. But what do you guys have out here for questions?
It says, what is the confirmation?
So when you run the Quest app, so after NatVer, you go to the Quest app. When you run your Quest app and you're all done, you'll get a confirmation screen. It's kind of similar to back in the days we had like the Facebook promo code. It's like a 15-digit number. Don't quote me on 15, but you'll get a long number of digits that you want to write down. And again, that's from the Quest app, from your tablet. You take that from the tablet, then when you're in the sales portal and it goes to select plan, you'll see apply promo code. You click on that and enter that in, and that is when you'll see your $0 plans. All right, any other questions?
What is the enrollment number?
The enrollment number, that is going to be, I believe, from the very first step. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be, the enrollment number is going to be from the NatVer that you can then find when you go into the Quest app. Yeah, so any of those numbers you guys get when you're doing them, I just make a habit of writing them down. I put the enrollment number into confirmation number. So for who put the enrollment number and confirmation number, did that work for you? Perfect. Yes, it did. Okay, very good. Yeah, so the enrollment number, so then go to the Quest app, use the confirmation number, help show approved. Very good. All right, any other questions? All right, guys, if you have anything else, reach out to your DCI account manager. I sent them all a copy of this deck. If you'd like a copy of it for your records, we can definitely send it to you. Just reach out to your DCI account manager and they'll forward it right over. But looking forward to you guys crushing this. It's a huge initiative. There's a lot of money on the table. I understand the first ones take a little bit longer because it's brand new, but again, it's like riding a bike. Once you do the first 2 or 3, you'll get it, and this will be very easy and become quicker and quicker every time. But it's a great opportunity, so look forward to you guys crushing this one. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you next week.